Still waiting for those limpets, Commander. Still waiting for those limpets, sir. Still waiting for those limpets, Commander.
Hello, hello, hello. Well, let's see if I still remember how to do this. It's probably been 3 weeks since I live streamed. I had work travel, then I had a vacation travel, Went out to see my dad. That was nice. He's still as grouchy as ever, so everything's good. And did that for a couple of weeks. Came back, had a bunch of stuff to catch up on, obviously. And then meanwhile, while I was on vacation, I actually discovered a new game, or, well, I bought it a long time ago. I never really got into playing it because it was single player, but while on vacation, I brought my Steam Deck. And so I ended up playing X4 Foundations on the Steam Deck with VR glasses. So not the super expensive kind, the cheapo kind, but they definitely work off Steam Deck. And I think the cheap ones actually use less power, which works out well for a Steam Deck. So basically, you know, my dad's taking a nap or something, or watching Fox News or something like that, then I'm off in the other room, sitting on the sofa with glasses on.
Still waiting for those limpets, Commander.
And holding a Steam Deck in my hands, playing a little bit of space games. Now, I can also play Elite Dangerous on there, but I've had issues with internet connectivity from his place. He's like 3 hours outside of Seattle. So, kind of middle of nowhere. Which, you know, I think some people like that, some people don't. I'm definitely one of the ones that... well, actually, I wouldn't even mind it so much. I just like convenience of having an airport nearby. So I'm in Austin, Texas, and the airport is very conveniently located here. I'm not far from downtown, so that's pretty close if I need to go there. And for everything else, there's home delivery. So Amazon, Uber, etc. So it's all good. Okay, let's see. Any errors? Anything hiccuping? Is the stream going? That would be a good question, first of all. Are we streaming? Yes, stream's going. Looks like 8 connections. 8 viewers. Cool. Nobody said anything in chat. Same thing.
Recently started playing the game and your videos really helped me get going.
Oh, well, thank you. And I appreciate you chiming in so we can hear the sound level, and I need to turn that down, it sounds like, a little bit. Which is cool. Okay, so I think music level is probably pretty good. The chat reading level, I think,
Still
sounds
for those limpets,
a little bit on the loud side. If I can turn that down before we get going too far. Okay. Cool. Hey, Majestic, can you type something? I just want to get a sound level here for this as well.
I'm actually about 30 minutes north of Seattle. I'm assuming your dad is in Eastern Wa, said.
Yeah, Western.
PBJ
He's
Cat.
west of the, whatchamacallit, towards the very edge of the state there. I'm not going to name the city for obvious reasons, but if you look on the western side of the state, there's not a whole lot of cities there. And he's not close to any of them. All right. So I think it's all good. Let me test the more data screen. You all can see that, I'm assuming. Now, I will only switch to this if there's something interesting that I want to have you look at. And for people that are looking on their phones, forget about it. You're not going to see anything but little squiggles. If you're watching on...
Majestic PBJ Cat.
If you're watching on Twitch, you probably won't be able to read much text as well because that's only
Still waiting for those limpets,
1080p.
sir.
If you're watching on YouTube, we're at 4K, so you can actually see, or you can zoom in. Actually, if you're watching like on an iPad or an iPhone, you can actually zoom into one of those screens and see things. But generally, I'll only pop this up if there's something worth mentioning. So today, first stream in about 3.5 weeks. And also, I flew back from Colonia right before going on my trip on vacation. And I need to fly this account back to Colonia. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I've got the route planned out. It's an 85 light year jump range, Mandalay. So why don't we get going? First jump. And it's going to be kind of fun because we're actually getting to jump on the through the areas where I've been building for all those months. So pretty fun. All right, here we go. So put in the first jump. And if the people that don't know, if you're using neutron stars, which is the plan here, you're basically manually plotting the entire route to Colonia. So where's my, oh, that's the wrong, oops, meant to do this. So I'm going to be copying and pasting one jump at a time because that's the only way to do it. I'm using external data. I'm using Spanch to calculate all this stuff. What is going on here? Why can't I not drag this? I'm forgetting how to use this interface apparently. Okay, there we go. There's the first jump. All these green things, these are all places where either I or other people in the Galt group have built things. So we've got a lot of construction here in this area that's real close to where I'm going to be jumping through. In fact, I think there might be something right next to, well, in fact, I know for sure there's, my station is right next to that particular neutron. So the route to Colonia is basically head west, young man. So it's going west on the screen. Let me turn around so it's going north. So it's going north right there. You see Tears bookmark way back there. That's basically Colonia. So it's a long ways. 22,000 light years is the total path. We're going to go fly through Purofumi, which is a kind of a midway point station. There's stations all along this path, by the way. So if you wanted to, you could fly without neutron stars. You'd always be able to stop to refuel or repair. But it's going to take a while no matter what, even with this type of jumping. When I brought the carrier to Colonia about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I think it took about 7 hours. No, it was more than that. It was, how many jumps was it? It was 40 jumps, and you can do theoretically 3 jumps per hour, but not really. It's probably about 2.5 jumps per hour. So that's probably about 16 hours, 16, 17 hours it took. Obviously, I was doing other things while I was flying there. In fact, I may have been, playing the game, recording other videos, doing live streams, whatever, and I was just using my laptop to jump the carrier. But this shouldn't take 17 hours. This should be quite a bit faster, but still slow. So somewhere between 3 and 6 hours. Last time I did it, I think it was around 6. Could be faster. It probably won't be 3. But if I get tired, I'll stop. And we'll wrap the stream at that point. I figured if I'm flying out there, I might as well chat on the stream because let's see who all's watching. And by the way, while I wasn't putting out any videos, while I was doing 0 streaming, it looked like I gained about 200 subscribers. So that's very cool. Got over that 3,000 subscriber mark. We're at 3,100 now. And on our way to 4,000 and then 5,000. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I try to make all the videos, the training videos, to be as timeless as possible, meaning somebody watching it the day it's released gets the exact same training experience as somebody watching it 6 months later or even a year later. Obviously, if the game devs change the way the game works, as has already happened with some of the videos, then they are no longer correct, in which case I usually will create a new video and then link it back to the old video. I don't want to delete the old video because that's still data and statistics and stuff. But I will put a comment in there saying no longer works or new method. Click here and then have a reference to the new stuff on there. If the audio has issues, if I'm too loud, if I'm too quiet, if the game's too loud, if the game's too quiet, just let me know. Hey Brandon, what's going on? So with that, let's head on. And this is going to be pretty repetitive. There's not a huge amount of action. It's just jumping. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. I'm not bringing limpets. I don't need to bring limpets because I can manufacture limpets. And the ship is just ever so slightly lighter without limpets aboard. But let me see how many I can make. If I wanted to make some limpets, limpets, I can make 300 of them. No, 30 of them. No. So it makes 4 at a time, and I can do that 30 times. So that's 120 limpets I can make. I've got the materials to make. Which is why I'm not bringing any. S-locked. Don't need anything in weapons. Everything to engines and shields.
Frameshift drive charging.
There we go.
Way ahead is clear. Federal flight control signing off.
So first few jumps are just getting to the first neutron, and then from there it's going to be neutron, couple normal jumps, neutron, couple normal jumps, neutron, couple normal jumps, stuff like that. Honestly, it may be all neutrons. I mean, I don't know. I think last time it was usually 1 or 2 jumps before neutron, but I was also doing it on a slightly smaller jump range ship.
You going to Colonia? Can I stow away on your carrier? Said
You could have 2 months ago. That's when the carrier went out there. I flew back, and now I'm flying back to Colonia, where the carrier is sitting. But there are carriers going there all the time, so it's usually not a problem finding somebody that's going to Colonia. I believe, I'm trying to remember where those are posted. Obviously, you can find that on Reddit. People are always looking. But I think even in the official game forums, I believe there's a long page, or something you can add comments to, where people are posting when they're leaving for Colonia, and anybody can ride on their carriers. I would be surprised if you had to wait more than 1 day. Just something here real quick. And I gotta remember to start fuel scooping, because in the other game I've been playing that I was telling you guys about on my travels, I don't need to fuel scoop. The fuel is not a concern in there. And that is X4. Oh shit. Okay. Well, that was fast. I was like, oh, why am I not seeing those lines showing up? Probably because they're not turned on. That was a nice start. Let's just check that. Orbit lines are now on. Okay, good. I remembered the thing to turn those on. Got a little too close to the sun on the second jump. Yes, I'm out of practice apparently. And lost 1% of ship health. Oh no. And going through neutrons, we're definitely going to lose some. I mean, that's like normal. We're going to lose.
Leave colon dangerous, or some other one. Said
Mm-hmm.
Mulray.
I would start there. You can look on the official forums, Frontier Games or whatever the forum. I don't remember the link off the top of my head, but it's oh, it's right there. No, what the hell? Oh, it wants me. Okay, it wouldn't want to let me jump. Now it wants me to jump. Great. Yeah, all right. I think there's also a Discord that I've visited. I don't remember what it was called, but I've been on it, where it's just a Discord for people to post their carrier jumps to Colonia, or at least that was one of the main functions it had. Okay, now we have the lines, so now I'm gonna not get into the sun, hopefully. Scoop. Let's see if I get tired of the speaky talkie. I might turn it off if it starts getting too much. Like ED Copilot's useful for if you're doing some kind of activity you want it to track. But if you're just flying, sometimes it talks a little too much.
Jumping to call 359 sector EES-I B11-7. The star we are approaching is star. We're now one jump from PSRJ 1752-2806.
Fuel scooping.
There are 5 bodies in the system which have biological signals whose type is not yet confirmed. Commander. No body has the minimum bioscan value threshold. Commander. A3 has an
drive charging.
but has already been discovered. Jumping to PSRJ 1752-2806.
There we go. I'm gonna start with neutrons.
Star is a neutron star. We can supercharge it. It is not scoopable. We have arrived at our target destination. We have a places of interest entry for the system.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
I just
Okay.
started using a Kipple. Still figuring out all the things I can do with it. That thing is awesome.
Oh, ED Copilot. It
Brandon
does
Mulray.
so much. Like a year ago or 6 months ago, something like that. I was asking a bunch of questions from the author, and he, he talked me through a bunch of stuff. He actually added some features that I asked for, which is very cool. Look at this, 85.9 light years.
Frameshift drive charging.
Actually, that should be more than that. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're gonna stop that. Is that the right one that I put in? Yeah, I guess. I guess that is the right one.
Drive charging.
Could have jumped that without fueling it. Jeez. Next one after this one will be Nova Aquila, which I also have a station right next to that one.
3, 2.
Yeah, ED Copilot is very cool. It is extremely customizable. There are a billion options, and if you go through the settings for it, which there's like 16 pages of settings, that's not even all the actual settings, because it saves all the settings in an INI file, and if you go in there, you'll find even more settings that don't even show up into the settings in the actual app. So it's super customizable.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, what the hell, man? These should be longer frickin' jumps. Oh, I screwed up. I totally screwed up.
4, 3, 2.
I think I did. I screw up? I don't know.
Jumping to our CRA
No?
sector HX-K, B8-5. This star we are jumping to is scoopable, but the subsequent star...
Okay. So, no, I think I did screw up.
We're now one jump from PSR.
Yeah, that should have been one freaking jump, not four jumps. So I need to check my plotting settings here. So I need to make sure that my route settings are use jet cones. Hello. Okay, so that was me bad. I was wondering why it's giving me small jumps.
Have to go looking through the annas, said Brandon Mulray.
Yeah, it's a ton of stuff. I mean, most of them are in the actual app itself, but not all of them. Look, I've got mine set on a 2-second delay for when it says everything, because I was having it conflict with other stuff happening, like other in-game messages. So I was like, can I just delay everything by a couple seconds? I said, I'll put that in when I have time. So he actually put that in, and the setting for that is only in the INI file. Okay, let's go ahead and scoop.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Try that again.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Okay, now we're supercharged.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
And we're gonna go to I think the third one here. Nope, that's where we are right now. Yeah, we're gonna go to Nova. Okay, that should be one jump. Yeah.
Setting course for Nova Aquila number 3. We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
Two jumps. Okay, well, but at least the jump length is decent. 346.
Charging.
And then after that, we have a whole string of just neutron to neutron to neutron.
Jumping to Scutum Dark Region, CL-Y EE21. This star is next in our route hard screen. We're now one jump from Nova
System
Aquila.
scan complete.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Okay, this one is not scoopable.
Frameshift drive charging.
So you said you're coming back to the game, Brandon, or you're brand new to the game? There's the neutron. I can see it already.
Jumping to Nova Aquila number 3. This next star is a neutron star. It is not scoopable. This is the final stop of our current route. We have a places of interest entry for the system filed under neutron stars.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Okay. Oops. Next up.
Setting course for Golf
Drive
359
charging.
sector HH-N.
Yeah, one thing I'm gonna have
I
to.
just started using it to
System is just one
but
jump.
I have 3,600 hours.
Oh yeah, okay, got it.
Brandon
nice.
Mulray.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool using the tools, and I'm running right now. A few of them here. Let me switch over to that screen so you can see when I'm running.
Jumping to call 359 sector.
So these aren't all on the same screen the way you're looking at. Each of the things below the main game is in a separate monitor. I've got 5 monitors hooked up on here.
Commander, we have arrived at the requested location. We have a places of interest entry in the system filed under neutron stars.
I should probably start scanning too.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Okay, let's try that again. Come on. Give me some of that energy.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety
Okay.
limits.
There we go.
Frameshift drive
07
supercharged.
Atlas, been a while. Good to have you back.
It has been a while.
Dan Debelis.
Hey, Dan. Yeah, I had work stuff, then vacation stuff, then catching up, and the after vacation stuff. So, and I got into a new game while I was on vacation, so all that stuff combined together. Yeah, I gotta watch my fuel, because that's the problem with just going straight neutrons, is that you don't have an opportunity to refuel anywhere. So once we start running a little lower on fuel, I'm gonna need to stop doing the neutrons.
Jumping to Swarms, SP-N, D8-57. This star we are jumping to is a neutron star. It is not swarming. We have arrived at our target destination. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Also, at some point, I'm gonna need to repair the jump drive as well. But meanwhile, we'll make some good time.
Setting course for Swarms, HO-EFF,
Frameshift drive
D12-57.
charging.
System is just one jump away. Jumping to Swarms, HO-EFF, D12-57. The star coming up is a neutron star. It is not smooth.
System
Commander, we
scan
have arrived at the requested
complete.
location. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, boss.
All right, let me just copy this. Yeah. See what we go next. Giving me a bunch of neutrons. All right, I feel kind of like we have to fuel up. See how far is that one? It's 200. Let's do that one
Setting course
and
for
fuel
Swarms,
up.
JU-D, D100-.
We'll turn off cones,
System
recalculate.
is just one jump away.
And do this one without
Frameshift drive charging.
EFF-50-2.
without fueling.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
next star is scoopable.
Okay, good. Because I do need to scoop up.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value
Fuel
threshold.
scooping.
Yeah, look how low I was. Oof. Let's just sit here for a little while. Scoop at full speed. Done.
Fuel scooping
And we're full.
complete.
Alright, we'll be back to neutrons for the next one.
Frameshift drive charging.
The star we are approaching is scoopable.
Oh, there's one more jump?
Current
Okay.
route to Swarms, JU-D-1, Commander. No bodies match your minimum bioskin.
Might as well top up. Yeah, I think this is gonna have to be the pattern.
Dead,
Just
sir. Said.
Fuel scooping
Romeo,
complete.
Romeo.
hey, Bromeo. Because otherwise I'm doing nothing but the neutrons. Like most of these jumps fit within the jump range that I have. Almost all of them do. Well, we're 2,000 miles out. 2,000 miles. We're 2,000 light years out. 20 more to go.
Jumping to Swarms, JU-D, D13-11. This next star is a neutron star. Not scoopable. We have arrived at our
Wow,
target
that's pretty
destination.
far away from the neutron there.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
As a new player, your
Frameshift
videos
drive
have been incredibly
operating
helpful.
beyond safety
Thank you.
limits.
Said.
Oh, you're welcome.
Romeo, Romeo.
I'm glad you're getting some benefit out of them. That's why I do them.
Operating beyond safety
Because I just look back on what would I have liked to have known
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety
when I
limits.
was starting out. Because it took me over 5,000 hours. I actually over 6,000 hours in the game now, but it took me a long time to get all this stuff.
Frameshift drive operating
All right,
beyond
finally
safety limits.
supercharged.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
And so if I can help people avoid mistakes, that's the biggest
Would
thing.
you consider doing a series of videos about third-party apps and websites? Said.
You know, I've got
Romeo,
them
Romeo.
for some. I've got, I think, 3 or 4 videos that talk about different apps and or websites. They're not grouped together, so I don't have like a playlist for them. But if you just look through, I've got over 100 videos total.
Frameshift drive charging.
Probably closer to 200 at this point, but quite a few videos. But I've done them one-off whenever it was appropriate. Like if I'm doing a video on xenobiology, then somebody says, "Oh, can you talk about the tools?" So I do a tool video that talks about a particular app that I use for xenobiology. And like if I go to this view, you can see there's 4 different apps right there that I'm using right now. So we got ED Exploration Buddy on the very left. Did I make? I made a mistake again here. Hold on. Let me fix the mistake.
Bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold.
Turn that back on. And then I need to recalculate after I turn it on. Yeah. Calculate and then recalculate. There we go. Now it's a single jump.
Targeting Swarms, JU-D, D13-11.
Frameshift drive charging.
There we go. Wait. Whoa. That's not where I was going. I was going to this one. I was going to take me back to where I was. Going over here.
Oh, okay. I'll
route.
scroll down
There
more
we
on
go.
your vids list.
Yeah.
I did take a look,
Resuming
but
our route
not
to
farther
Colonia,
than 1 year ago said.
D1-0.
Romeo, Romeo.
Yeah, it's 1 year ago. I saw it's not even been a year. I started doing videos for Elite last September. So it's less than a year. But still, there's a lot of videos for less than a year. But I'm pretty sure I've done videos on 3 or 4 apps. I haven't like built a playlist to pull them out of where they are. Is there a particular app you're looking for, you want to find out more about, or website or anything?
Targeting Blia Ian, GEE-G, B2-1. Resuming our current route to Blia Ian, PT-Y, D1-0, command.
What is it doing? It's not doing the correct thing. I'm here. So let's do this. Boom. What is this targeting?
Setting course for Swines, JU-D, D1,
I don't want to set course for this.
We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
I want to set the destination for that. 1 jump. Why are you making me do 2 jumps?
Setting course for Blia Ian, PT-Y, D1-0. We will reach our destination
Also
in 2
need
jumps.
to change my mode into realistic mode here. Okay, well, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll do the 2 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
I should be able to do it in 1 jump. I don't know why it's not letting me do it in 1 jump, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, let me know if there's a particular app you're interested in.
Jumping to Swines, JU-D, D13-11. This star and the next in our route are in school. We're now 1 jump from Blia Ian, PT-Y, D1-0.
Warning. Frameshift drive
Use FSD
operating
injection to
beyond
make the next
safety
jump of
limits.
309.81 light years. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Warning. Frameshift drive
I'm only
operating
using
beyond
an RF.
safety limits.
I'd say I'm starting to get proficient with using it. I'm not sure what
Mhm.
else would be really useful.
Frameshift drive operating.
Inara is probably the most widely used website for sure. It's got a great user interface. It's up to date. It's very good. It tracks a whole ton of stuff. If you're new to the game, one thing I would suggest you do is you Google, the hell is it called? ED Market Connector. So ED Market Connector is a little app that runs. It shows you some stuff, but mostly it's there not for you to look at, but for you to report. So it actually sends back data about station pricing and all kinds of other data as you're flying around, as you're traveling. And the reason that's good is because that's how Inara gets all its information, and a whole bunch of other apps as well, is by people voluntarily submitting info using these apps. All right, let's see if we could do this in 1 jump. Okay, that looks like 1 jump.
Setting course for Blia Ian,
Maybe.
PT-R,
2 jumps.
5-39.
2 jumps.
We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
Okay. And I hit the wrong button. Great.
Frameshift drive
Yeah, you can
charging.
tell I'm out of practice. Too much time away from the sticks here.
Ready to engage.
Come on.
4, 3, 2.
Yes, I was just about to ask about that, too. Does it also work if I'm playing in solo?
Jumping
Said.
to Cleo.
Oh, absolutely.
Romeo, Romeo.
D1-.
Yeah, I play in solo most of the time. The only time that I'm not gonna be in solo is if I know other people that I want to play with are online, and we're gonna do something together. I think the term solo and whatever the other mode is labeled is sort of it's not the right
The next jump of 300
description.
meters, 0.29.
It really should be called PvP and PvE
No
mode,
bugs match your minimum bioskin value threshold.
because the only reason for being in open is, can I do this? Did it load up? No, I didn't. God damn it. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once here. The only reason for playing in open is if you want to do PvP. Otherwise, there's no reason for doing open. The now the middle mode, the mode where you're playing with in a private group, like that's useful for both PvP and PvE. But generally speaking, the only reason to play in open is if you actually want to do some PvP. Otherwise, solo, aka PvE mode, is the default for me. Now, there are people that say that they really only play PvE, but they always play in open because they want that added sense of danger. That's fine. If you're going for that, that's cool. Just, you know, what I don't need, what I don't like in any game is to have asymmetric type of battles happening. Meaning, if I'm trying to scan some flowers to make some money, the last thing I need is for somebody to fly in a PvP built ship and then kill my exploration ship. That is not the type of danger that adds anything to the game for me. And that's true in this game, that's true in pretty much any game. In fact, in like when I used to play EVE Online many years ago, I played it from 2003 to 2010, and then a little bit after that, but not much. You know, the whole point of going into wormholes for exploration was to get away from the PvP. And yeah, you can make some decent money doing that as well, but at least initially when I started doing it, the whole wormhole thing was true exploration. Like, there was nobody else in there. It was very, very, very rare that somebody would pop in. And then eventually got to the point where so many people were doing it that your odds of actually running into somebody were pretty good, like almost on a daily basis. And at which point it became more PvP than anything else. But let's see, we're in 39, so next one is D10. D6, there we go. I gotta watch my fuel levels again.
KT-B, D6-10. System is just one jump
There
away.
we go. Okay, so this one jump, so hopefully I can refuel there. We'll find out. And incidentally, even though I'm going a long distance here, my odds of running into a system that no one's been to are virtually zero, because this is the most traveled route.
D6-10.
It's using neutrons, which everybody tries to do, and it's flying to
This is the final
the
stop.
only commonly flown to location outside of the bubble,
Minimum bioskin value
which is
threshold.
Colonia. So yeah, it's basically what everyone's doing, which means, come on, charge up faster. Which means I'm not gonna get any new finds of anything. Okay, next one is next one is 39. There. And I do have to start watching my fuel.
Setting course for VAP, VB-J, D10-39. System is just one jump away.
321 light years. Well, any jump over 300 light years is pretty good.
Jumping to Blia Ian, VB-J, D10-39. The star we are approaching is a star. It is not small. This is the final stop of our current route. You have made 10 jet code.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, boss.
Come on, fuel up.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Really? Charge, damn it.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating
Okay,
beyond
good.
safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
$80.
Setting course for Blia Ian, ZS
And I think starting with that one, we're going to need to do some normal jumps because I need fuel. And we've got 18,000 more to go, which means we're down 4,000, and we got 18,000, a little over 18,000 left.
ZS-EFF D12-80. This star we are heading to is a neutron.
Okay, this one I'm not going to charge because we're going to take a regular route. Turn that
We
off
have arrived at our target
and
destination.
recalculate.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold,
There
Commander.
we go. And how many jumps? 4 jumps.
Setting course for Drogi,
All right.
KW-C
Frameshift
D41.
drive
We
charging.
will reach our destination in 4 jumps.
You guys, can you hear the music or do you just hear noise in the background? I usually have music on somewhat quiet, but I do like a little bit of music in the background.
Jumping to Blia Ian, HG
That's definitely sounding quiet-ish to me right now.
The subsequent 2 stars are also served. We're now 3 jumps from Drogi, KW-C D41. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Yep. Alright, is this scoopable or not? I can't remember what he said. Yes, good. So we'll fill it up here.
Dan
Oh, you
Debelis.
can't hear music at all. Okay. Definitely turn it up. Okay, we gotta fill up. Yeah, we were almost totally empty on this one. It should mostly be drums that you're hearing here. Let me turn that up a little more. You hear that? Kind of drums and bass.
Fuel scooping complete.
Or is that still too quiet? Now I can recalculate.
We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yep said. Dan Debelis.
All right.
Jumping to Blia Ian,
It's low but sounds chill said.
Yeah, it's supposed to be just kind of chill
Romeo Bromeo.
drums and bass kind of thing. just to give a little more noise than just
We're now one jump from Georgia.
the sound of vengeance.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating.
Which I know that there are
Safety
people that
limits.
absolutely hate any music, but
FSD injection.
I don't put it in my videos, but I do use it in the I do streaming.
No bodies match your minimum bios.
Okay, was that? I guess I can get out of the stream here.
Frameshift drive charging.
There we go. 191. Next one, I think it's 2 jumps,
Jumping to Georgie. KW.
392 light years.
Our next star is a neutron star.
There is an app, I can't remember which one it is, that does automate some of this stuff,
No bodies match.
like what I'm doing manually by copying and pasting. I can't remember what app it is. I don't do this very often. It's not like I'm going back and
Setting
forth all
course
the
for
time.
Bahia, the VX-U
So it's kind of a-
22-49. We will reach our destination.
A little more unusual a process, I think, for me. All right, there we go.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning. Frameshift drive operating
What are you
beyond
using
safety
for route
limits.
plotting?
Frameshift drive super.
I'm just using Spanish,
Romeo,
yeah.
Romeo.
And I know I've tested an app, I just don't remember what the heck it was called, that does more automated routing, like it actually tracks where you are. Oh, I guess I have to fly through there. Where it actually tracks where you are and automatically updates it and then even pastes it in. So it hits the button for map, then pastes in the thing, and then. But I don't remember what it is. And actually, I think even ED Copilot does that sort of. It does a version of that as well. I don't know that I trust the automation. There's also an app that I ran into or I looked at. I haven't really used, but I looked at it. That does automated carrier jumps, which is something a lot of people kind of wish was in the game.
We're now one jump from
Because you have to have somebody refueling the carrier. Like you can do the jump manually or remotely. That's not a problem if you own the carrier. But the carrier only holds 1,000 fuel. And when you run out of that 1,000 fuel in the fuel hangar, somebody has to move fuel from the storage hangar to the fuel hangar. And I, along with I think most people, feel that this is stupid. There has to be an automated mechanism to be able to do that, to essentially use your storage as just an expanded fuel hangar. Because all you're doing is you're loading up a large ship, like a Type 9, taking the fuel out of your carrier storage and putting it right back into your carrier's fuel tank. Technically, anybody can do it. It doesn't have to be the the person that owns the carrier. Like what I've done is just sold fuel on my carrier for super cheap to people that are riding it, who aren't me, so that they can just buy it from the carrier to put it back in the carrier. But it feels like a workaround. It feels stupid, and it ought to be built in the game that it can transfer. Maybe they put a time sink in there. Maybe they say it takes you 20 minutes to transfer fuel from the one tank to the other tank. Something stupid like that. But at least it'd be something. Right now, your carrier basically has a range of 4 jumps before it had 4 like full length jumps, so 2,000 light years or so, and then you got to refuel it. Now that range does depend somewhat on how full the carrier is, but still, It's I think it's bad practice the way they did it, where it's not automated at all. It's incapable of being automated. And so what happens with this game is a lot of developers play this game. So consequently, somebody made an app that will automate the process. You can run it. You still have to run the, like, you can't not be running it, but you basically run it on your laptop or whatever, not your main computer. Leave it on the carrier. It will click the area of the screen that'll pop open the buy button for the fuel. It'll buy the right amount of fuel into the ship that it's in. Then it'll close that, open up the button for fuel drop off, put the fuel back in there. And so it can somewhat remote handle flying of the carrier longer distances. It really should be in the game. There's not a good reason for why this can't be programmed into the game. That why you couldn't fly your carrier and use fuel out of your cargo hold. That transferring is literally pushing two buttons for a human. It shouldn't be limited to people. It should be, you should have the ability to automate that. So, and I'm sure apps like that are not considered, like, you know, blessed or whatever by the company because they do something that the game itself doesn't let you do. But nonetheless, I think that that's because the game is dumb in this regard. It should totally let you do it. Okay, finally charged. I am having trouble charging today. I don't know why. So let's see, next one's 77. Boom. And let's see how we're doing on fuel. Fuel's okay. Yeah, it's a bunch of short jumps here for some reason. But we've got about 55 jumps to go, roughly.
We have reached our target destination.
And then I gotta
Warning. Frameshift drive
rep
operating
the
beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
okay,
supercharged.
now we're charged. Good. I gotta rep the drive here. I think it's probably getting damaged enough. Well, let's see, how damaged is it? No, it's fine. 80, no, actually I do have to repair it, 80%. So let's do it on the next jump. I'll repair it on the next jump. So 92. Jump. Yeah, you guys can see I'm just copying and pasting from that white website there.
WL-J D10-92. System is just one jump away.
Frameshift drive charging.
Feels okay.
Jumping to Georgie, WL-J D10-92. This star we are heading to is a neutron star. It is not smooth.
Okay, we'll just stop here, repair
We have reached
our frame
target
shift
destination.
drive, which is 80%. That's kind of where it starts
Bodies match your minimum bios
acting
without
not
potential.
great.
Commander.
Warning. Hull breach attack. Taking internal damage.
I guess I should have dropped out first. Come on, repair. There we go.
back to Colonia. Any particular reason? I just started watching. Said. Verse Spry Guy.
Yeah, my carrier's there. I need to get back to it. Back up. 90. About every 15 jumps or so, I need to rep this so it doesn't malfunction. All right, good.
Module repaired.
Turn it back down.
Frameshift drive
And
charging.
this jump will be to
Ready to engage.
60.
Setting course for G, KK-C, D14-60. System.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Oh, okay, good. There's it.
Frameshift drive charging.
Jumping to Drogi, KK-C, D14-60. This star we're heading to is a neutron star. It is not small. Commander, we have arrived at the requested location. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Okay, good.
Setting course for Blade Drive,
Frameshift drive charging.
SO-016.
Okay, and then I gotta start checking fuel after this one. We'll make a couple of normal jumps again. If I was a lot more prepared, I would be doing this with all the fuel stops already pre-planned. I'm just doing it off the cuff.
16. This next star is a neutron star. It is not small.
But we've got about 16,000 more light years to go here.
There are 3 bodies in the system which have biological signals whose type has not been confirmed, Commander.
And turn that
No
off.
bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, boss.
Frameshift drive charging.
Setting course for Blade Drive, EFFI-Q, D6-68. We will reach our destination in 4 jumps.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
So the star I'm jumping to right now has no data
Jumping to Blade
showing.
Drive, PJ-X,
So
D2-3.
it may be a first
This
scan
star is
thing,
exclusive,
or it
but
may
we can
just
still
not
have
have
more
data.
stars after this.
Oh yeah, because it's just a single star. Or no, is it?
We're now 3 jumps from Blade Drive.
No, definitely not. Holy cow, look at all this stuff here.
No
Uh,
bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
yeah, this is definitely not a single star. Pretty big system. Okay, it was first discovered by someone. Alright, good. So it's just missing data over there. Have I not? I don't think I've been de-scanning the whole time either. And it's not super important on the neutrons because literally everybody has those anyway. But still. And if I can't charge on this one, I had better be able to charge up on the next one because I'm out of fuel. Don't do this blind like I am, kids.
Frameshift drive charging.
Jumping to Blade Drive, our L-P Z8-20. The star coming up is scoopable, as is the subsequent star. We have 2 jumps left to go.
Alright, I got no fuel. Better be fuel here. Alright, good. Yeah, I meant to do that. That was exactly the way I planned it. Get a full charge up here. Watch that size 6 fuel scoop at work.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Jumping to Blade Drive, BC-S D5-66. The star we are approaching is scoopable, but the subsequent star round is not.
We're going to the right.
We're now 1 jump from Blade Drive, EFFI-Q D6-68.
Okay, yep. The
No
right
bodies
place.
match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
4. Stop off here.
Fuel scooping.
I remember the first time I went to Colonia, I didn't use neutrons at all. And I think I had a jump range of about 68 light years.
Fuel scooping complete.
So that took forever.
Frameshift drive charging.
Jumping to Blade Drive, EFFI-Q D6-68.
Hey, we got 20 people watching so far.
It's not scoopable.
System
This
scan
is the final stop of
complete.
the current round. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Comments? Good back.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond
Okay.
safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
4. And that should fix to a
Setting course for
cone.
Blade Drive, LU-M D8-1.
Gonna have a smoke and then boot the
Reach our
game to
destination
continue
in 4 jumps.
material farming, said Bromeo Bromeo.
Material farming, huh? You doing everything to full, that way you don't have to redo it
Frameshift drive charging.
anytime soon. I do like material farming all at once, usually. Maybe once a year or twice a year, depending on how many new ships I configure. I've been selling more of the old ships lately, and then just keeping the components from them. So I have a lot of pre-engineered components in storage.
Jumping to Blade Drive, LU-M D8-134. The star we are approaching is a neutron star. Not scoop. We have arrived at our target destination. You have made 10 jet cone boosts. Perhaps it is time to repair your FSD.
Yeah, we'll repair it later. Let's see what it's at. I think it's fine. Oh yeah, it's at 97. We good.
No bodies match your minimum biopsy value threshold.
Wait, did I already do that or not?
Hi, Atlas07 said. Mighty of you.
Cannot comply.
Hey, Goo, what's going on? I saw you were on with
My
Rick
goal
the
is
other
to
day.
have all materials at 100%. Then engineer and AFK Type 10 said. Romeo, Bromeo.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating
Nice.
beyond safety limits.
I have all the ships that I'm going to get rid of the ones I never use. Said.
Warning.
Yep.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Yeah, I kept a lot of them for, I don't know, sentimental reasons or whatever. Like the ship that the first time I went to Colonia and I still had, but then I was like, why am I keeping this? I'm never gonna fly it.
Frameshift drive charging.
So you were off killing stuff with Rick, huh, Goo? Hey, anytime Ricardo's got his stream running, there's something getting killed. Even if he's mining, I turn the stream on and he's shooting.
On my week off said.
Oh, nice.
Mighty of you.
Yeah, I think it's been about 3.5 weeks since I streamed last because I had some work stuff, then travel, and then I had personal vacation travel, and then I came back on a bunch of work stuff to do, and then finally had a little bit of time here today to stream. And I'm going to Colonia, so it's kind of a chill activity to stream
And after
because
that, just stack massacre missions that offer materials as a reward. Keep them stocked up said.
there you go.
Romeo, Bromeo.
Yeah, if you do a lot of the power play stuff, they give you so many materials that, like, I've been topped off and full on most of my accounts for a long time because of that, without even doing any material gathering, just from getting free materials from doing the missions. Or getting new levels, I should say. It's not the missions, it's the levels.
System is just one jump away.
One jump, 340 light years. What is my range right now? 374 on this ship. And we are down to a little over 15,000 light years away. So that means we're about 7,000 light years down so far. So let's see. Stream's been running for how long? An hour 20. 5,000 light years. So that's what? 80 minutes. 5,000 light years. So 4 times that is 320 minutes. 320 minutes is roughly the total jump. Hey, New. Yeah, I haven't talked to you in a while, man. I've been on a combination of work trips and vacation here for last month, but I don't think I talked to you since quite a bit before that either. How's it going? I see there's a new No Man's Sky that's coming out. Next update.
Setting course for Puro. XO-X D3-100. System is just one jump away.
Newt has the coolest dog. They're like white German shepherds.
Jumping to parallel, XO-X D2-1.
Beautiful.
Our next star is a neutron star. It's not super.
How's my fuel? One more jump probably, and then I better start. Boy, this one's...
This is the final stop in our current.
This is a jittery boy, isn't it?
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Alright.
I
And then...
haven't been streaming much lately.
No?
Playing a ton of Dune Awakening said.
Yeah, a lot of
Notorious.
people are playing Dune. I have not gotten into that for a couple of reasons. One is everybody else is doing it. Two, I kind of want to have the game kind of stabilize and have whatever updates are coming be out there already. And then I'll probably go through and play it. There's so much stuff out there to play that like games I've literally bought and have not played the first time through yet, that I'm in no rush to get into new games.
Frameshift drive charging.
How are you enjoying it though? It looks like it's pretty fun.
Right, I go. Have a nice flight, said. Bromeo.
Jumping to parallel.
It's my kind of game, said. Notorious.
Neutron star. It is not scoopable. We have arrived at our target destination. There are 5 bodies in the system that exceed your bioskin value threshold. The best bodies are 1C, 1D, and 2D, which will each net us around 15.55 million for scanning 2 species.
All right, so this one, we're gonna go back to, I need fuel, go back to the normal style flying. And reroute that without the cones.
Setting course for Pirello, CW-K, D9-124. We will reach our destination in 4 jumps.
Next one should be a fuel store.
Frameshift drive charging.
Why are you going to Colonia, said. Mighty Agoo.
My carrier for this account is sitting in Colonia. I flew back for one of the community goals that we had to do. And then I left the carrier there. But the plan was always to go out to Colonia and then go on a fairly lengthy exploration trip. Now I'm going to it.
Jumping to Pirello, JS-EB, C14-2.
I'm going to meet up with my carrier there and then plan a route either to the middle of the galaxy or somewhere out to the outer edge. Oh, look at my fuel usage. This is great.
CW-K, D9-124.
Woohoo!
No bodies match your minimum bioskin.
Let's refuel.
Fuel scoping.
Okay, cool, said. Mighty Agoo.
Even if you're stationary, your angle to or away from the sun changes how much fuel you're pulling in.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
I got a few more jumps. Yeah, we really do save a lot of jumps by using the neutrons.
3, 2.
Jumping to Pirillo, JJ-C, 32-0. The star we are approaching is scoopable, as is the subsequent star.
You know, technically speaking.
We have 2 jumps left to go.
First discoverer of stars.
Fuels complete.
Oh, first discoverer. Look at this. No one's been here. I better ping this one.
A new system discovered.
Fuel scooping complete.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It's first one here. This is what happens when you don't go only neutrons. When you actually
when I did
go normal.
exploration, I traveled 1.2 million light years around the map. Lol, I went everywhere, said.
Nice.
Mighty Agoo. Technically, you're never stationary in Super Cruise. You're just moving, slowly. 20
That is
kilometers per
totally
second
true,
slow,
Rimfire.
said.
It's also very Reddit of you to point that out.
Mac.
Frameshift drive charging.
Got a little hot there. No worries.
Jumping to Pirillo, EEJ-T, B36-2. This star we are jumping to is scoopable, subsequent star.
Taking heat damage.
Yeah, how is our ship doing? 95%. We got a few more dumps. there.
CW-K, D9-124. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold.
Fuel scooping.
A3 has an atmosphere and is landable, but has already been discovered.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
You know, what's fun is when you discover a star, or you not discover, but you reach a star that you discovered on a different account before.
First discoverer of planet E5.
That's funny. All right, we're back to neutrons for a while.
CW-K, D9-124. This star we are heading to is not scoopable. Pirillo, EEJ-T, B36-2A5 has an atmosphere and is landable. Commander, we have arrived at the requested location. Setting course for Pirillo, MO-EFF,
Operating beyond safety limits.
Damn it.
No bodies
Stay in there
match
longer.
bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Just pops it out too fast.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Now, there we go.
Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Wait. Whoop, 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 whoop. There you go. That's
Frameshift drive charging. Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Jumping to Pirillo, MO-EFF, D12-50. This star we are heading to is a neutron star. It is not scoopable. This is the final stop in our current route. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
okay.
Setting course for Pirillo,
Anyone heard anything about dates for the release of the new ship? I haven't seen anything on Galnet yet about it, so I'm assuming they haven't announced the date yet. It's supposed to be now, right? Mid-year?
This star we are jumping
The
to
Clipper.
is not smooth.
Man, I so think it's going to be 1,000. I think a lot of people will be bitching about the fact that, oh, it's only 1,000. It should be more like 2,000.
Match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
They can't win. If they make it too big and it's way more than every other ship in the game, a bunch of people are going to point fingers at them and say, pay to win, pay to win, pay to win. If they make it slightly more, a bunch of people will point fingers at them and say, this is bullshit, should be bigger, this is not a real upgrade, I'm never paying for this, even though everyone's going to buy it anyway.
They will probably announce it on their next stream, said.
When's the next stream?
Sergeant. 1K is still solid, emo said.
I'm happy with 1K. 1K makes the math easy. Like, 1K would be fine for that reason alone. Easy math. How many jumps we got? We got 46 jumps left. 45 jumps left.
System is just one jump away.
Alright, I came out of it already, right? So I can jump.
Cannot comply.
No, I haven't charged yet. Okay. Oh, I have.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, hey, Sarge, what's going on?
Jumping to Neogen, ND-D1-232. This star we are heading to is a neutron star. It is not smooth.
That was my fuel, about halfway, so maybe 2 more jumps, then refueling.
Minimum bioskin value threshold, sir.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Get in there.
I think it's next Wednesday, said.
Next Wednesday? Alright.
CMDR Sergeant. Hello, said. CMDR
Frameshift
Sergeant.
drive operating
Hey man,
beyond
always
safety
look your
limits.
videos.
Frameshift drive
Always a great help
supercharged.
for us new players, said. Sergio Morales. Been a while for you, said. CMDR Sergeant. Thanks for your work, said.
Frameshift drive
Sergio
Thanks, Sarge. I
Morales.
appreciate hearing that. That's why I make them. Make it easier for everybody. No, that's where I'm right now. Next one is 30. There.
Setting course for
Frameshift
Neogen,
drive charging.
D5-30. System is just one jump away.
Yeah, I probably need to do an updated video on colonization because I haven't done one since they made the big changes. But it also looked like the Galnet one was really good, like super concise, and talked about every type of planet and what all the parameters were. So if I make a video, it's just going to be basically copying what Galnet did. And I highly encourage everyone to subscribe to Galnet. That is like,
We have arrived at the requested
it's an in-game, out-of-game role play, but super useful type of
Frameshift drive
program.
operating beyond safety limits.
They do a great
Still
job.
don't
I'm a big
understand
fan of
limits
theirs.
Work for threes and shards, said. Sergio Morales.
They do, kind of. So they do work, but you have to be very particular in how you use them. So if you watch my video on that, it'll show you what to do.
Online at Hayward.
And you really want to be in the Mandalay. Other ships don't work as well. But basically what you're doing with the trees is you're taking advantage, you're exploiting a game aspect, which is when the shards get hit with explosives, or the fruit on the trees, they're not shards, they're fruit. They get hit off the tree, but the problem is they get stuck in the tree. And this has always been a problem with fruit off the trees. And now, let me just copy and paste the next one here. You're actually taking advantage of the fact that they get stuck by moving away from the trees to where the trees no longer render. That means the trees don't exist anymore as far as the game's concerned, as far as your limpets are concerned. However, the fruit no longer fall down. So as you move, because they've already landed in the tree, their position is fixed. So when you back away, trees disappear, the fruit are just hanging in the air. That's why you can still use limpets for them, but it's not 100%. There's still, like, you have to be at the right height, at the right angle, even, which is kind of stupid. With the shards, they basically don't work. I mean, they work like 5% of the time. 1 out of 20 limpets will pick something up. It's not worth it. So my hybrid method is a shortcut to an hour-long video. The hybrid method is basically use the ship to blow the shards off of all the shard, they're not trees, shard, off all those crystal, I guess crystal trees maybe I'd call them. Blow them shards off of them with your ship, and then quickly get into the little Jeep thing, the SRV, to drive around and just pick them up. So you don't use the SRV to shoot them down, you use the ship for that, but you do use the SRV to drive around. And you can pick up like 25 of them in one drive, in one trip of just drive, pick up, drive, pick up, drive, pick up. Get back in the ship, shoot another round, blow some more off, land, pick up another 25. So it's definitely slower than it used to be, but it's not as bad as just driving in the vehicle and shooting them off one at a time. Like, that is the super slow way to do it.
System is just 1 jump away.
All right.
Yeah, I'll do the SRV pickup tonight, said Sergio Morales.
Yeah, but you know, again, one of the things that I mentioned earlier is if you do enough power play stuff, you get a ton of stuff that you don't even need to.
Can't seem to get a straight answer looking on the intro web trying to dial in my cutter. Many thanks, said Mac.
It's not. I've got it. I've tested it. The 7A SCO is better, assuming you're fully engineering it.
Commander, we have arrived at the requested location. You have made 10 jet cone boosts. Perhaps it is time to repair your FSD.
All right, awesome time. Saved me a lot of time, said Mac.
Well, I don't know if I saved you any time, dude, because you probably already have the 7A, and if you don't have the SCO version, you're still gonna have to engineer that. So you kind of could do this test yourself because you have one already. You just need to do the other one. But when I did it, I got longer range using the SCO version rather than the old version.
True, said Mac.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll take the credit for saving you time, but I'm just being honest. I'm not really saving you time. Let's see, where are we? We're at 51. Boom. And then I gotta check my fuel. See how the fuel. Ooh, yeah, 51. No fuel. Get glad I checked that. So we're gonna have to do a fuel jump. So let's turn that off. Recalculate. And
OG-H D57-13.
there we go.
Setting course for Flyegi, EFFS-A D1-151.
Okay.
We will reach our destination in 4 jumps.
80. We can't go 86. Oh, we can. Oh, because I already fueled up. Look how little fuel doing a jump of 86 is going to be. It's a sliver of fuel. Why? Because it's super efficient to jump after scooping in from a neutron. Come on.
Frameshift
Jump.
drive charging.
Yeah, so doing short
I
jumps
spent 2 to 3
after
weeks
charging
exploring for planets
uses
with
almost no
shards.
fuel.
I used Road to Riches browsing engine, said Sergio Morales.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of planets that do have some shard trees, but they're usually super sparse. There's only one place that we know that has very high densities of the shards, and that's the ones that I mentioned on the videos. And if you use the neutron highway down to them, they're literally only 5 jumps away. I mean, normally they'd be like
Still
20
looking for
jumps.
other planets with crystal shards, said Sergio Morales.
Yeah, there's lots of them. They're just they're inefficient because they're very low density. You might have 1 or 2, and then you have to fly for another 10 minutes to find some more. So if you're exploring and that you want to explore and find them, that's cool. That's totally. What am I doing? I need to fuel up. That's totally cool. But if you're just trying to max out getting shards, just go to the regular place. The here, I'll even pull it up on the map. Look at where we are. We've gone a long way already. Look at that. Not quite halfway, but almost halfway. That's the halfway mark right there. So it's the it's this HIP 36601 right there. That's, if you go there, you can get 4 types of shards in the very high density on 4 different planets in that system. HIP 36601. But there are shards on a lot of these. You know, if you fly around, you can find shards in a lot of places. They're just not dense and further away as well. So it doesn't make, but yeah, you can get to HIP in about 4 or 5, actually I think 5 jumps using neutrons. And on the one of my videos, I actually list the stars you need to jump to as well. All right, did we fuel up here? So I need to change where we're going. Turn that back on, and we're going to 151 still. That's 2 jumps out. Okay.
We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
Oh, I'm gonna run a poll here, guys. See what you all think.
Frameshift
Curious to see if the results are gonna be the same as last time or not. Give me 1 sec to set it up. There we go. Pulls up.
Jumping to Niaju.
Yeah. So this is, and it looks like 24 people are watching. So if you
This star
would please, even if you're not chatting, see if you can just do the poll. Give me some insights, guys. Polls relating to streaming other games or doing videos in other games. The last 2 times I ran the poll,
frameshift drive.
about 2/3 of the people said no. They only want to see me do Elite. And I like Elite. I've been playing Elite for many, many years. It's a game I'm going to keep playing, obviously, and I'm sure there'll be enough new things to make videos about, because, you know, every time something new comes out, it's an opportunity to make a video and teach people something. But it doesn't mean I don't play other games, and I certainly did on my vacation. I played a game that I bought a long time ago and never really played before, so it's a single player game is why, and that is X4. And you know, I think I mentioned earlier, if people heard, I went to visit my dad, who's in his late 80s, and you know, when he's sitting there watching Fox News or taking a nap, I would just put on the VR goggles and pull out my Steam Deck and play a little bit of space games. And the game I was playing out there was X4 because it doesn't need network connectivity. And I really like that game. It reminds me of if you haven't seen it, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't seen it, it's like a mix of Elite Dangerous, EVE Online, a little bit of Star Citizen thrown in, and a little bit of not Factorio, but one of those games where you manage a lot of production things. So it's kind of a combo thing. God, I still haven't gotten the full charge. And it has aspects of all these games, and it takes place in space, which I love space games. This is my main genre of games that I play, space games. I use El Cheapo ones. They're not real VR goggles. Hang on, let me make a copy and paste this, and I'll tell you. And fuel should be good. Yep. So they are goggles really sold for like plug into your phone or a Mac. I can probably look up what the hell they are. I just don't remember off the top of my head. But they're meant for just, they're not 3D goggles. They actually can work in 3D. I've played Elite in 3D on them. But they look like regular sunglasses. What they don't have is all the head movement tracking stuff that normal 3D goggles have, or the expensive ones have. And they're only 1080p. They're not 4K. All the nice goggles are 4K or even better. But the beauty of these is they use very little power because they don't have all those features, and that means I can plug them into the Steam Deck. Really? I can show you the set for that, dude, because I use Twin VKBs for X4 exclusively. Like, I don't use the keyboard. I just use the sticks for that. So, if you're in my Discord, if you're not in my Discord, join my Discord. I'll show you the link somewhere here. Blah, blah, blah. There it is. There's the link on the bottom left there. Ignore the snake sector thing. In fact, I think I can turn that off. There, yeah. So there's the link. Join the Discord. Send me a Discord message, and I can reply back to you with the config files that I use. Okay, did I plot? So I'm at 139 right now, so I need to go to 140. There we go. Do a fuel check. Fuel's okay.
Setting course for fly edge IU-M D8-1.
Oh, I haven't fueled up yet though. Whoops. Wow, this is a very small neutron. What the hell? Is this even a neutron? Tiny. It's a little baby neutron. Look at that, guys. It's like you're right next to the frickin' star just to see any of it. Oh, I hope I don't get burned by this thing. Oh, this is gonna take multiple passes, isn't it? Yeah, this thing is tiny. It's like a little baby neutron. Look at it. The tail doesn't go far at all here. Come on, give me fuel. Okay, good. That is funny. The smallest neutron I've ever seen. Alright, now, where's our... I read this, I think. Alright. Yeah. And it's all good. Okay.
I'm currently having login issues with Discord. I'll get around to it, but can't today.
Ah, okay.
Brandon
Alright.
Mulray.
That didn't work. Try again. Yeah, I could literally just send you the VKB files, or the presets. But I found it pretty easy to program. I mean, that game is super configurable for joysticks. Like, you can add every joystick you have. It has no problem dealing with multiple sticks. You can have multiple key binds and stick binds on one in-game command. So you can have like leave the keyboard stuff alone and then add the joystick stuff separately. You can replace it. You can have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 different buttons all doing the same function, and it has no problems with that. I found it to be one of the best configurable, or as far as configurability games when it comes to sticks.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
So probably one more jump and then fuel.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Give me that charge, damn it.
Frameshift drive
Okay, good.
charged.
All right. And this is going to be 237. Oh, cool. It's not even hitting that actual star. It's just one away.
System is
Nice.
one jump away.
Frameshift drive charging.
And then from there I can refuel. MetaQuest 3 is pretty reasonable. Yeah, I guess it is. But again, I needed something portable that I can take with me, and these are literally the size of sunglasses. I think the company is called X3D. I think that's what it is. Let me look.
D11-237. The Star Wars function is a neutron star.
X3D.
Commander, we have arrived at the requested location.
Maybe not.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Nope. What the hell am I thinking of? They're not called X3D. They're Okay, here, let me look them up on Amazon.
The issues in a recent update. Every time I tried to map a button, the screen would automatically switch back to keyboard configuration, said Brandon Mulray.
I think you had a button that was already set up to change the screen then. What you need to do is go through first and delete all the setups. In fact, here's one thing. Did you notice that they have the VKB defaults already in there? Like that's one of the loadable presets for commands. So you can do that. I didn't. I created them from scratch. But they actually have VKB sticks listed as one of the 5 default configurations that you can load in. But I just set up a blank configuration, make sure there's no joystick mapping at all, and then use the VKBs to map from there. All right, your orders. I'm curious now, so I'm going to take the time to do this. And these are X-Real, not X3D, X-Real, X-R-E-A-L. And I got the Air 2 Pro model. I think there's a newer model. This one's about 1.5 years old. There's a newer model that's out now as well. That has something's better about it. I don't know what. But mine works fine. What I like about them is they require very little power. They work by, I got them to watch movies on airplanes while I'm flying. Not piloting.
No comment.
I'm a passenger.
I didn't see the pre-configs. I'll have to revisit X4.
Yeah, you should reinstall it. If you
Brandon
click
Mulray.
on the config for controls and you hit load, like literally one of the 5 presets they have is for VKBs. But again, I didn't use them. I just set them up from scratch. Because what I do is every space game I have, whether it's Elite or Star Citizen or X4 now or whatever, Kerbal Space Program, the same function is on the same button on my sticks. So I only have to remember one set of controls. If I want to pop up a map, I hit the same button in this game as I do in every other game. Like the map button is always mapped, or the map is always mapped to the same button on my sticks. So it makes it a lot easier to transition between games because I don't have to rememorize what the stick does. 304. Okay. And I think this one we need to actually fly there without jet cone to refuel. 4 jumps. I mean, yeah.
Setting course for Scar, OM-C D304.
Frameshift drive
We should reach our
charging.
destination in 4 jumps.
Yeah, we'll refuel, but technically we, I guess we could have made one more jump first. Hey guys, only 12,000 light years. We're almost halfway.
Jumping to fly edge, DEO-J.
Ooh, interesting. So far in the poll, I don't know how many people have answered. Looks like only 10 people have. I'd like to get a few more people answering the poll. But so far, it looks like 2/3 are saying stream other games as well.
Now 3 jumps from Scar.
Which is definitely different from what I heard last time at the poll, and last 2 times.
Minimum biosync value.
And I get it. You know, you're used to watching a single type of game on a channel, and then you open the channel and all of a sudden they're playing like NASCAR. It's like, I don't care about NASCAR. I don't want to watch somebody playing that. It kind of dilutes what you're looking for as far as content. When it's just a single game on the channel, yeah. And I mean, I guess I could start another channel, but God, that is such a pain in the ass, guys, to start another channel. I'd much rather just set up a separate playlist on this channel for other games, and they're all going to be space related anyway. But like I played Starfield, didn't stream that. What else did I play recently? That's something else I was playing that I didn't stream. And I guess technically, you know, every 6 months I do an episode with Ricardo where we go into Star Citizen. So there are 2 episodes of Star Citizen streams on this channel. And while they are making progress, which is awesome, it's just been horrible watching how slow that progress is for the last 6 years. So I got into Star Citizen about 6 years ago. I think it was right. Well, it's COVID, right? So it was maybe 5.5 years, whatever it is. So I got into it right when COVID hit because all of a sudden I had no work and a lot of free time. And I played that quite a bit, but it felt like,
First discoverer of Star.
ooh, first discoverer. I got another first discoverer or something. Nice.
No bodies match your minimum
First
biosync
discoverer
value
of
threshold.
Star.
Fuel skim complete.
Let's take a look at the system we got. Very boring.
Frameshift drive.
So played it quite a bit, but I knew it was like early access and they had all these promises of what all they're going to get to that's just around the corner. Then a year goes by, 2 years go by. By the 3rd year, I was like, okay, this is not moving anywhere near the speed that they were claiming. This is like the shit they were talking about being just around the corner doesn't happen for 4 or 5 years.
Jumping to fly edge,
So at this point, I'm not playing that game. I will go in and see what's new.
subsequent Star.
And literally twice in the last year, I've gone in there. But
We're now 1 jump from Scar.
and I do want them to be successful. I don't want that game to fail because I put in quite a bit of money into that game. So I would like to have a game eventually. I just I have no idea how old I'm going to be by the time it comes out. A lot older than I am right now.
Drive charging.
The director of the game is their own worst enemy. Said.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, Chris Roberts has been basically fired from every game he's ever worked on for literally this reason. He cannot commit. He keeps changing his mind about things. So if he's in a position where he gets to decide, it's horrible for the game itself because every decision is going to get changed multiple times. And since it's his company now, he gets to do that as much as he wants, which means the game's still out.
Frameshift drive operating
and they're making money. And that's the thing is, in a sense, those of us that like direction that game was going are the ones responsible for empowering him to do that by giving him more money. And I haven't bought anything for a while in that game. No new ships, nothing. But apparently, their half annual sale they just had, Invictus, which was in May and early June, that's done now, has made twice as much money as last year. They've made a tremendous profit on this. And what do you expect? If they're making more and more money doing what they're doing and not coming out with a game, where's the incentive for them to release the game? The incentive is just to keep making new ships. The more ships they make, the more ships they sell, the more money they get. Making a game isn't really a part of it. Oh, wait. I'm fueled up, so I should be able to jump long range gun. There we go. More like it.
Frameshift drive charging.
We are officially over halfway mark, I think. Got 11,000 light years left.
How much they'll make when the game releases. Continue, haha. But yeah, I guess it works at this point in time. Said.
It's been working for 6-7 years. I mean, it's really been working for 13, which is how long it's been since they had their Kickstarter. But I think it picked up about 5 years ago when I got into it.
We have reached our target destination. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Module malfunction.
And it's great having more ships. And this is why I like this game getting more ships. More ships is good. No one's arguing with that. It's a problem when it becomes the only thing you're working on. Nothing else is getting worked. It's just more ships. More ships. Okay. I want to zoom out
Setting
the map
course for
here.
EFFC-S D5-461. System is just one jump away.
Yeah, we're well, according to this, we're not quite at the halfway mark, but I'm pretty sure we're past the halfway
People
mark.
with well over 50k into it very early on, said Mac.
Yeah, I'm one of those people, dude. And I didn't do it at the very start. It's just every year you buy more ships. Next thing you know, you're into it for more than the cost of a car.
Charging.
Will said Mac. Wild asterisk said.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it totally is. You know, part of it too is because when you're sitting there on a Discord with other people that are doing the same thing, they're buying ships.
EFFC-S D5-461.
The game you're playing isn't actually the game where you're running around and shooting things. The game you're playing is called collecting. You become a baseball card collector of spaceships. It's like, oh, do you have that one? Oh, that one's pretty cool. Yeah, no, I haven't gotten that one yet. I do want to get it at some point.
Frameshift drive
I mean, I've bought like ships that you can't get anymore. I've bought them on eBay, so that I still have them.
Frameshift drive.
That's how bad I was. Oh, FSD malfunction. Okay, we're gonna take the opportunity to stop and drop out and fix our FSD. Where's our FSD? 77%. Yeah, if it gets below 80, it tends to break. Everything else holding up okay. As long as nothing's under 90, I don't need to fix it. If it gets below 90, then I'd start fixing things. Cargo has gonna need to get fixed before too long. I mean, a few of these things can wait until I get to Colonia, but generally everything in the 90 percentile or above is fine. And I will probably need to buy more AFMU materials here. We'll see. I've got enough for another one whole run of fixing, I think. Yeah, maybe I won't need to until I actually land at a station. Yeah, I'll be okay for FMU. Alright, so that's full. Let's turn it back on. And this is just a normal part of using the scoop mechanic for neutrons, guys, is it does wear out your drive and you need to fix it periodically. About every 10 or so jumps. Maybe 15 jumps, something like that. Let's see, where are we right now? We're 61A, we're right there. So do another remap. And fuel is about halfway, so one more jump, then we should get refueling. We have 36 jumps left, according to this chart. Yeah, maybe we're a little less than halfway though, because I don't think we've done 36. I think I did about 30 jumps. Okay, that was way too fast. Try that again. Come on, dude. Or did I miss the message where I already got it? Did I get it or not? Let's do one more run.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond
I don't know.
safety
I
limits.
can't tell. Maybe it is charged up already. Find out.
Frameshift drive
Yep,
charging.
it's charged.
OZ-F D8-3. System is just one jump away.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Jumping to spawn. OZ-F D8-.
How long have we been going?
The star coming up is
2 hours and 9 minutes. All right. I have not eaten yet at all today, guys. So I think I'm gonna keep going until 3 hours in. We're probably not gonna get, well, for sure won't get to the Colonia today. I'll probably get there off stream, but got about another hour or so left, and then I'm gonna get some food. And I'll, sometimes I'll get food while I'm on the stream. I'm actually gonna wrap the stream up and then watch some videos myself while I'm eating. All right, what's our next jump? We are at 83. So this would be the next one.
setting course for star.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, you can see where Colonia is, guys, right? So this is the sky looking back. This is the sky looking towards Colonia, right? You can see how much more populated or dense the stars are there. Like it's literally visible when you're getting closer to the center.
Jumping to star. TL-J D10-252. This next star is a neutron star. It is not scoopable.
All right, we'll do one more jump and then refuel after that.
You have made 10 jet cone boosts. Perhaps it is time to
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety
minimum
limits.
bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Come on.
Warning, frameshift drive operating
Okay.
beyond safety limits.
Yeah, the stars are. It just hit me. The stars are getting more dense. This is awesome.
Setting course for pre-affirm AW-C D267.
Yeah, we'll do this one, and then after that, we'll go slow again. Pick up some fuel.
Frameshift drive charging.
And we have 2 more jumps until we officially have less than 10,000 light years. So it was 22,000 light years from where I was when I started at the beginning of the stream. And there's going to be just under 10,000 light years left.
Jumping to pre-affirm AW-C D267. The star we are approaching is a neutron star.
Hey, for anybody, I'm going to plug the Discord again here. If you're not on my Discord, jump in. Very low volume. You're not going to get a bunch of messages saying there's updates. There's the regulars that are on there that are building out, doing colonization. And honestly, I'm like a month behind in what everyone's doing, so I don't even know what the latest is. Okay, good. That was charged up. But there's also channels for other games. There's a elite Q&A, so if you want to ask a question and you don't want to wait till a stream is growing or something, just post in there. If I don't answer it, somebody else with even more knowledge will probably answer it. All right, we are at 67, so gonna do a normal flight over here and refuel.
Setting course for pre-affirm NJ-X D2-546. We will reach our destination in 4 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
And we got fuel in the next one. Good. Although again, if you refuel at a neutron and then you make a short jump like this 86 light year jump, which is very short, it just barely uses any fuel. It's amazing how efficient your fuel usage is for neutron usage when you're not jumping max distance.
Jumping to pre-affirm HT-D C1-64. Our next star is Scoop, as is the subject.
We're up to 16 votes. We got 25 people on YouTube. Come on, guys. Let's get that up to 20 votes at least. Give me a good sample of people watching it. So far, it looks like definitely the yes, I should stream other stuff is winning, which is different from what was the case previously. And I'm happy to stream other stuff. I'm gonna play it anyway, right? It's not like I'm asking you guys to decide whether I play a game or not. I'm gonna make that decision by myself. I'm just asking whether you want to watch me play other games or not. All right, fueled up.
Frameshift drive charging.
And before I forget, turn that back on. Oh, wait, it's gonna want me to. Well, whatever. Too late.
This star we are heading to is Scoop.
Top off the fuel on this one, and then let's re. Oh no, that is correct. Okay. There we go. Oh, another first discoverer.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander. A new system discovery. Congratulations, Commander.
There's nothing here but the star. Okay. Well, it's a first discoverer. That's fine. Take it. again, these are what's funny about these is these are all, and I'm getting like I think this is the fourth one on this trip. I'm getting them simply because I'm stopping to fuel. If I was going strictly on the neutrons without having to fuel, I wouldn't get a single one of these.
Jumping to Priafo, JD-Z, D1-85. This star and the next in our route aren't suitable. We're now one jump
Nice.
from Priafo, NJ-X, D2-546.
System scan complete. Warning, frameshift drive
Use
operating
FSD
beyond
injection to make
safety
the next jump
limits.
of 104.74 light years. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond
Okay,
safety
got it.
limits. Frameshift drive
Sometimes it just
full
takes
charge.
much longer to get the charge up. I don't know why.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, we're definitely officially under 10,000 light years from Colonia.
Jumping to Priafo, NJ-X, D2-546. Our next star is a neutron star. Not suitable. We have reached our target destination. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Zoom out again.
Setting course for Priafo, BI
There's the
6-1267.
the bubble,
Jump away.
and we're about 60% towards Colonia, about 40% left to go till Colonia. That green bookmark up top there, that is the area that I went to get a whole bunch of first footfalls, first discovered. Made a few billion there. So the plan is probably once I get to Colonia, either veer off to Sagittarius A, just check that off the box and say, okay, been there, done that, which I haven't done yet. The other option that I wanted to do is actually go through Colonia onto one of these far arms of the Milky Way that you can't get to any other ways other than first getting up north, like around here, and then follow the arm back down kind of towards like over in this section on the bottom right, and then if needed use the carrier, which can make 500 light year jumps, not just 340, to jump back to the bubble, to make a big long round trip out of it. I don't know yet, we'll find out. Carrier uses a shit ton of fuel when it's full. So that's one thing I need to do some calculations about.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
I am
Frameshift
currently
drive
running just
full
south of
charge.
your bookmark with my carrier running the lower grid line, and every stop is first discovery, haha, said. Matt.
Yep. Yeah, and if you're even getting first
Frameshift
Hello,
discoveries
said.
charging.
on the line, that's really good. It's really not hard to get first discoveries. I think officially something like less than 1/10 of 1% of the systems have been visited in the galaxy.
D6-1267.
So there's a lot of opportunities.
Wild. I'm around 50% line of the bubble said.
We have
Mac.
reached our target destination. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Damn it. Back here.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety
Okay.
limits.
Go.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Doing exploration, said. Mo programmer.
No.
Setting course for Bravo.
Just flying back to Colonia.
0-8.
So not exploring, not stopping, just jumping.
Frameshift drive charging.
O said. Mo programmer.
3, 2,
Jumping to Purifo, HC-J, D10-802. Our next star is not soon. We have reached our target destination.
You going there for
No bodies
engineering,
match your minimum bioskin
said.
value threshold.
Mo programmer.
Nope. I'm going there because my carrier's there. I had to fly back to the bubble last month. And
beyond safety limits.
now I'm flying back to Colonia. And I'll head off on some exploration from there, but today is just about flying to Colonia. Alright, so this is supercharged.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond
Yeah,
safety
yeah.
limits.
Oh, how's my fuel doing? Fuel's fine. Okay. Oh,
Setting
okay.
course for Kluku, ZEU-X, D2-1349.
Interesting. That's a
We will
long.
reach our destination in 3 jumps.
Something's off. We're at 8:13. I don't know why we're at. I know we're at 8:02. We're at 8:02, and I'm flying to. Did I select the wrong thing? 1349. Oh, that's fine. That'll work.
Frameshift drive charging.
There we go.
Jumping to Purifo, SU-D, D13-813. The star we are approaching is it is not scoopable, but the subsequent jump has a scoopable star.
Another one of these crazy,
We have 2 jumps left to go.
way too fast neutrons.
We will have to supercharge.
Now I'm on an expedition. We are halfway from the bubble in Colonia, said. Mo programmer.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold.
You're halfway from the bubble to Colonia. That's where I'm at. Come on, charge, damn it. Charge.
Frameshift drive
Okay.
supercharged.
Next stop. We'll be able to refuel, I think, at the next stop, I believe.
Frameshift drive charging.
first discoverer of star system Pluto's EXD2 -1187.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander. A new system discovered. Congratulations, Commander.
New system, another new system. Can I fuel up here, hopefully? Maybe? Yes. Perfect. And next jump is a neutron. So I'll be able to have a full tank from there.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Three, two,
Done it you in Colonia, said CMDR Sergeant.
Jumping to Kluger, ZEE-X D2-1349. This star we are heading is it's not small. We have arrived.
Let's see. What are you going to do in Colonia? I am going to get my carrier. That's where it's sitting right now. So I need to pick that up and then we'll head off on some exploration from there.
warning. Frameshift drive operating.
I'm kind of burnt out still, although I haven't done anything for almost a month, but I'm still kind of burnt out on colonization. I mean, it's cool. I'll get back to it, but I definitely still want to break and do something other than just haul
Frameshift drives
resources for space trucking. So the exploration part will be good.
operating beyond safety limits.
All right, where are we? 49. So we'll go right there. See what it plots.
Setting course for Kluger, LN-S, EE4-2958. We will
Yep.
reach our destination in 2 jumps.
2 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
Don't blame you, said CMDR Sergeant.
Three, two,
Jumping to Kluger, OD-Q, D6-1277. This star we are jumping to is not small, and neither is the subsequent star in our route. We're now on jump from Kluger, LN-S, EE4-2958.
warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
FSD projection to make the next jump of 342.23 light years. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, sir.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating
Okay.
beyond safety limits.
Sometimes I
Frameshift
just
drive
get
supercharged.
pooped out of the stream a little too quick.
Frameshift drive charging.
This is 8 right there. So I should have about 25 jumps. No, less than that even. About 20 jumps left, I think.
4, 3, 2,
23.
Jumping to Kluku, LN-S, EE4-2958. This star is a neutron star. It's not super.
Okay. Next jump.
We have arrived at our target destination. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander. Setting course for Nuakwan, QT-Y, D1-299. We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Me up.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Jumping to Kluku, NP-D, D13-947. This star is the next in our route on screen. We're now 1 jump from the Lake Y, QT-Y, D1-299.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
We will have to supercharge here, or use FSD injection to make the next jump of 337.43 light years.
Frameshift drive
You have
supercharged.
made 10 jet cone boosts. Perhaps it is time to repair the FSD.
There.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Oh, I already have it programmed in.
Frameshift
Nope.
drive charging.
299. Check that off. Okay, now I should have under 20 jumps. How's our fuel? Fuel's doing okay.
Jumping to Nuakwan, QT-Y, D1-299. This star we are heading to is a neutron star. It is not scoopable. This is the final stop in our current route. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander. Targeting
Frameshift drive
Nuakwan,
charging.
T, C5-54.
Ready to engage.
Show you guys the full view here. You can see we're getting close to the end.
The star we are approaching is scoopable.
About 7,200 light years left. 7,200 light years.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, boss.
Fuel scooping.
The last time it took me about 5.5 hours to get to Colonia. So far, I've been streaming for
First
2
discoverer
hours,
of
30
star
minutes.
system Nukuai QTC5-54 with primary star of type K. First discoverer of planet 1.
Oh, another first discoverer. Yeah.
Fuel scooping.
Every time I stop for fuel, I end up getting first discoverer. Turn that back.
We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
Didn't someone just make it in under an hour? Said.
Oh, I'm sure somebody that's paying attention could. I don't know about an hour. That sounds awfully fast, but I think You could probably do it if you don't stop for an hour. But to do that, you'd need to have people kind of refueling you along the way.
Jumping to New England.
I don't know. Maybe you could. I don't know. It's been 2.5 hours, and I am like 65%. Let's say 2/3, 66% through it. So that'd be about an hour and a half, hour 20 minutes. So it'd be about 4 hours total for me.
I saw a new record vid on my YouTube the other day. Didn't watch, said
No bodies match your
Matt.
minimum
Yeah.
bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Let me. I gotta get more of this. Didn't get enough. I mean, I could see maybe 2 hours ish. I would find it hard to believe it's in 1 hour. And I'm flying on an 86 light year. I think. Let me check. 374, 350. So 350 by 4 basically. So what is that? That's 85 light years, 86 light years roughly. So did I gotta pay attention. Did I get it or not? I'm sure I got it. Right. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I don't think an hour is doable. But could somebody shave an hour off of what I've done? Absolutely. Oh, I know how you could do it without refueling. You have to keep crafting. Well, you still need to refuel, but you basically you craft the boost material, jumponium or whatever, and that way, even when you refuel, you can still jump the same distance as if you're using a neutron. I think that'd be the way to do it. Okay, good. We're at 304 here.
Setting course for New Aquan. I said dash D12-456. Reach our destination in 2 jumps.
May need to repair. Well, for sure we'll need to repair the drive again. See what kind of shape it's in. Yeah, it's at 85, so we need to repair it before it gets to 79.
Jumping to New Aquan. WL-K D9-186. This star is next in our route on screen. We're now on jump to New Aquan. I said dash D12-456.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
You will have to
System
supercharge
scan
or use
complete.
FSD injection to make the next jump of 331.54 light years. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Hey, Techno Freak. Just noticed you popped in. What's going on, man? I've been on vacation and traveling and work stuff, and haven't been on streaming or making videos for about a month or so. I'm sure there's some stuff I need to get caught up on in the game as well.
I said dash D12-456. This next star is in neutron sector. It is not suitable. Boss, we have arrived at the requested location. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Okay. 6. And when I get there, I'll check fuel again.
Frameshift drive
Reach our
charging.
destination in 2 jumps.
Three, two,
Jumping to Blue E, XS-B, D220. This star and the next in our route are inscrutable. We're now 1 jump from Blue E, LR-D3-607. You will have to supercharge.
warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive
No
supercharged.
bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold. Command.
Frameshift drive charging.
Next one, I gotta fuel up.
Three, two,
Jumping to Blue E, LR-D3-607. The star coming out is a neutron star. We have arrived at our target destination. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold. Commander.
Okay, so next one is a fuel stop.
Setting course for Blue E, SO-D6-133. System is just 1 jump away.
warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
What? Fuel up.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Did I? No. Calculate that.
Targeting Blue E, WY-Z, B17-39.
There.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, so it looks like 86 light years
We will reach our
for the
destination in 2 jumps.
370. And then I gotta, yeah, I'm at 80% on frame shift drive, so I'm gonna stop and rep it. Next jump.
Jumping to Blue E, WY-Z, B17-39. This star and the subsequent 2 stars.
Nice mine only hits 82.5 so far. Said. Mac.
We're now 3 jumps from Blue E.
I'm at
First
92.63 total, I guess.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold. Command.
First discoverer of planet.
Ooh, first discoverer.
First
Nice.
discoverer of star
Congratulations,
season. First discoverer of star.
Fuel scooping.
Come on, fuel up.
Class 4 fuel tank, said Mac.
Let's see. Where?
Setting course for World K-D, D1.
That's a question.
Reach your destination in 6
Yeah, no, just regular tank.
Frameshift drive charging.
I got fuel. Where's the tank? Is it not listed?
I wonder why ended much lower, said Mac.
Well, I'm using a size or two smaller components for all the components. I don't know if you're doing that. Ooh, the poll is getting closer. So it looked like it was 2/3 people saying, yeah, stream everything. Now it's almost 50-50. So this is, yeah, it's moving in the direction that it was last time, which is 2/3 of people don't want to see anything other than this game.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
5 jumps? What? Really? A lot of jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
How are we doing on time? So we're almost at 3 hours. And I think at the 3-hour mark, I'll probably have about 12 more jumps to go. I should just finish it. Go all the way to Colonia on stream. I guess it's close enough. 10 jumps is going to take less than an hour for sure. But yeah, it's, I mean, I'm going to be at like somewhere between 3 and 4 hours, which is probably my record. I don't think I've gotten to Colonia this fast ever. Oh, no, another new system. Look at that. Okay, and then we got a regular jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
Wait, hold up. Let me just check something here. Is this? Nope, that's correct. So why is it not giving me the longer jumps? Yeah, I don't mind to stop to fuel up. That's alright, but
Jumping to Colonia, LR-P, B37-5. This star and the subsequent star are
I'm gonna check the route because this is
First discoverer of star system.
bodies
Blue
Yeah,
Jay
yeah,
by
another
Q
first discoverer.
30
Yeah.
City
Commander.
-5 with primary
Fuel
star
New
tank
system
type.
complete.
discovered. Congratulations, Commander.
okay. There we go. Now I think it fixed it. It'd only be 2 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
707. The star we are approaching is a neutron star.
System scan
Fuel
complete.
body supercharging. Commander. Our next jump in the round is within our standard FSD
Warning.
jump range.
Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Module malfunction.
Oh, I forgot to fix the FSD. Damn it. Okay. Stop there. Fix the FSD. Yeah, when it dips below 80, it starts malfunctioning. What am I doing? Oh yeah. Still going. Okay. Put it back on. I got less than one full fix. So may need to craft some stuff. Can we jump there or is this nope? I need to first fuel up. I've not gotten to the fuel up yet. How's the video quality been, guys? Any drop frames, any weird stuff like that?
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
The star coming up is smooth. Resuming our current route to Colonia, UK-D.
First discovery of stars is
Jeez, another first discoverer.
System scan complete.
New system is updated. Congratulations.
first discoverer of star B. First discoverer of star C.
Boring.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Jumping to Blue Ink, PK-D, D13-651. This star we are jumping to is a new class. It is not stupid.
System
We have
scan
reached our target
complete.
destination. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Okay.
Seven
Good.
force points, EFFN-on D5-6565.
Frameshift drive charging.
We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
Three, two, one, engage.
Jumping to bolts,
That was interesting.
We're now one jump from bolts. EFF
Looks like there's a
5
sun real close to this neutron. Let me fuel up first and I'll take a look.
Complete.
We will have to
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
7.5 years.
Frameshift drive
You
supercharged.
have made 10 jet cone boosts. Perhaps it is time to repair your FSD. No bodies
Okay,
reach your minimum
take a look
biosync
back at the
threshold,
thing.
Commander.
Where are they? Not it. Not it. Nope. Closer. Okay, so that's the neutron. Yeah, look how close. Wow, check that out. So that's the orbit of the neutron, and that's the orbit of the other sun that's orbiting around it. But it's like they're so close that this sun is affecting the orbit of the neutron. And you can actually see the neutron. Look at that. The neutron's actually moving. You can see how quickly it's orbiting right now. Literally just sitting here in one spot, you can see that it's moving down. That's wild. Can I get both of the orbits showing? Nope. Yep. Nope. Maybe. Nope. Nope. Only one at a time. That's crazy. All right. Enough of that.
So
Good.
many cool things to see in this
Frameshift
game
drive
said.
charging.
Map.
There are. It's the original thing that drew me to this game. Brought me to this game. Okay, one more person. I need one more person to vote in the poll. Will be at 20. I'll close it up.
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Jumping to bolts, EFFN-ARC D5-1565. The star coming up is a neutron. It is not so.
Holy cow! This has this exact same thing. Did you guys see that?
Destination.
We flew by this sun.
No bodies match your minimum biosync.
Hey, can we refuel here? Is this a star we can fuel at? I wonder. Find out. And then go to the neutron right after. Oh yeah, sweet. All right, it's a twofer. We can both fuel here and hit the neutron at the same time. That's awesome. Yeah, see, to do this professionally, you'd want to plot out a course that uses these types of systems, where you can both fuel and neutron in the same system.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
And the stars are definitely getting busy. All right, let's take a look behind us here. There's the neutron. It almost looks like the neutron is passing through the frickin'. That's definitely a binary system, yeah. Another one. Let's see if I remember how to get into photo mode. And then kind of like it more like that without the shine. A little more. Wonder if I can. Let's see. And I do this. Oops. Nope. Nope. It's not working. Good enough. I'll do a screenshot like this. Let me save it here. Sorry guys, see shit like this that slows you down. It's the non-gameplay. Alright, let's save. I can put some text on there. That'll be the cover for something. Alright, good enough. Now I've refueled, so now I just need to go to the next one. 65, so I'm going there, and I've got 12 left, I think. Or right around 12 anyway. Did that fit? There we go. Takes a while to plot these.
Setting course for both are J-EFF.
Frameshift drive charging.
We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
2 jumps. Feels good. I like the binary systems, man.
Ready to engage.
The hell? Why is it not jumping? Jump. Oh, I wasn't pointing.
Jumping to bolts, PEFF-N, D8-1231. The star we are jumping to is a neutron star. It is not scoopable, and neither is the subsequent star in our route. We're now 1 jump from both our J-EFF, D12-1994. You will have to supercharge here, or use FSD injection to make the next jump of 343.7 light years. There are 3 bodies in this system which have biological signals whose type has not been confirmed, Commander. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, Commander.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Up.
Frameshift
There we go.
drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
Jumping to both are J-EFF, D12-1994. This star we are jumping to is not scoopable.
Getting close, guys.
We have reached our target
The star
destination.
density is crazy high.
No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold, sir.
See how long planning takes now because there's so many stars. It's got to check all the different variations.
Setting course for each fly UE, GW-D3-1310. We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
That map is crazy populated, lol said. Map.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Frameshift drive charging.
That's the thing about Colonia is, well, really the closer to the center of the galaxy. is the star density is so high that you can get first discoveries without going far at all. Just because there's so many options for somebody to go a certain path. And that's one of the videos I want to make when I get back to Colonia as well, is showing just how much quicker and easier it is to get to first footfall out of Colonia rather than out of the bubble, where you have to go thousands of light years.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
You will have to supercharge here, or use FSD injection to make the next jump of 341.6 light years.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Threshold. Commander.
Come on. Do your thing.
Frameshift drive operating beyond
Okay.
safety limits. Frameshift drive charging.
I haven't been there yet, said Mac.
Oh, it's worth going to. Not just for the engineers, but the engineers are awesome because literally the Colonia engineers, which I think there's 4 of them, 3 or 4, they give you everything. Like, you could take a brand new ship with no engineering, as long as you have the materials, and then bring them up to full engineered just using the Colonia engineers. And of course, they give you, 4 more slots to lock in certain things.
Drive operating.
So when you've got those engineers, you've got more engineer preset, pre-locked options as well.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Come on, safety limit, do your thing.
You can't get maps in
Frameshift drive
Colonia,
operating
said
beyond safety
Mac.
limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
That's a good question. I wonder. I'll bet you probably can. Yeah, there's got to be a way to get them. I haven't tried, but that's another good question. I need to do a little research and then maybe do a video showing where to get mats in Colonia. I don't think that there's any shard trees or shard forests or anything, so that's going to be more difficult. But there should be fruit trees. Those are all over the place. Just wouldn't be as high concentration. All right, so where am I next? Jump to 310. Yeah, we're in the last few steps here, guys. It's over 3 hours though, so no records. It is a personal record. I mean, for sure for me. I've never gotten here this quick. Last time I think it was about 5 hours, and the first time it was like 12 hours. So, I've never done it this quick before.
Setting course for each
Frameshift drive charging.
D10-234. We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
And flying back, when I flew back 2 months ago, I just parked myself on an outgoing carrier for a couple days while I went back to the bubble, so I didn't even have to fly. And there are carriers going back and forth all the freaking time. So for anyone who doesn't want to do this flight themselves, they can certainly find a carrier to do it on.
We're now 1 jump from each flight.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
7 jumps left, guys.
You'll have to supercharge here, or use FSD injection to make the next jump of 343.09 light years. No bodies match your minimum bioskin value threshold.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
It's weird not having cruise control, because playing X4 I've gotten pretty used to just hitting the cruise control button, and it doesn't just hold the speed, it actually tweaks the direction you're going. It's more like autopilot. It's not just cruise control. That's a good distinction. This game has cruise control X4 has autopilot.
Stars if you Commander, we have arrived at the requested location.
System scan.
Oh, fuel. We need fuel here.
Warning. Frameshift
Yeah,
drive
definitely need
operating
fuel.
beyond safety limits.
Almost forgot about fuel.
Frameshift
So let me
drive
get charged. And
This is my first time using my carrier to jump out into the black. I'm blown away at how little fuel it
Frameshift
consumes.
drive operating
Set.
beyond
Max.
safety limits.
oh yeah, am I charged or not? I can't tell. Did I miss the message? I I can't tell if I'm charged up or not.
Frameshift drive operating beyond
Okay,
safety
I'm gonna assume yes. And then the next jump. Okay, sorry. First time using carrier to jump into the black. Oh yeah. It doesn't. It consumes a lot of fuel if it's full. It all depends how full it is. The fuel usage is based on how full the carrier is. So the more empty your carrier, the less fuel it uses. I think if you have an almost totally empty carrier, you can get to Colonia in like 2,500 tons of fuel, or 2,500 units of fuel, whatever it is. If you start with a full carrier, it's going to take you 7,000 or 8,000, because I was flying a pretty full carrier out here. If you use Spanch actually has
Oh wow, said.
a calculator that reflects this. So if you go to Spanch, go to route planning, go to fleet carrier route, it will calculate based on how full your carrier is how much your fuel usage is going to need to be. So very handy. All right, let's do the next jump, and we need fuel big time. So we'll go to the next one right here. And
Yeah, that's what I used to jump out. Great tool, said.
it is. Do a regular jump. Check
Setting course for each flight QA-D D13-179.
our route.
We will reach our destination.
You know, I have a freaking fuel star in this system too. I didn't realize that. I guess, let's see, how far away is it just to fly there? Because then I can, oh, it's a long way. 32,000 light seconds. I was going to say, then I can just jump, fuel and jump, but nope, not going to happen.
Frameshift drive charging.
So we'll do it on the next one. Might get a new discovery out there too.
Ready to engage. 3, 2, 1.
Jumping to each flight WX-N C22-101. The star we are approaching is subsequent star.
Okay, I got 20 votes. I'm going to end the poll, and you guys made it completely irrelevant because it's like 50-50. It is
First
exactly
discoverer of
50-50.
Planet 1.
Minimum bioskin
First
Half of you
discoverer
don't
of
want
Star
me to
System
do any
EOFLU
videos other than this game, and half of you don't care.
XMC-22-101 with primary star of type K. First discoverer of Planet 2.
Yeah, I did get first discoverer. Okay, that's why I figured I would. That's one thing about fueling, is your odds of getting discoverer out here are huge. What's the system look like? Crappy. Okay. But we are close. We are 7 jumps out, I think.
Fuel scooping complete. Frameshift drive charging.
Look at all them stars. Like a disco in here. All the blinking lights.
Jumping to each flight IY-L A97-2. star isn't scoopable, but we can scoop at the star after this.
A very pink sun.
Taking heat damage.
Oh wow, that is very pink. Yeah, it's got a.
First discovered
Oh, first discover this one too.
No bodies matching minimum bioscope value threshold. Boss.
Wow, that's not interesting at all.
System discovery. Congratulations, Commander.
Did we do that already? Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. Okay. Jump. This is so busy. So many names here. Like, next jump.
Setting course for Dryo flight.
Oh,
PT-7D595.
oops.
We
You
will reach our
turn
destination in
on
6
the
jumps.
jet cone again, recalculate. There we go.
Frameshift
Targeting
drive
each
charging.
PP-D12-2765.
See if we can finish this next 10 minutes. We're 3 hours and 20 minutes into the stream. I'd like to eat. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream I haven't eaten yet. And I was gonna wrap up the stream at 3 hours to get some food.
Our next jump in the route is within our standard FST
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Come on. Heal up.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
Okay,
Frameshift
good.
drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging. Three, two,
This star we are heading to is scoopable.
Oh, it is scoopable. Perfect. That'll be the last scoop before Colonia. Very nice.
First discovered
Another first discoverer. Yeah, see, if I was trying to do exploration, I would just start doing planet scans here, and I'm sure I would have picked up a few million, maybe even a billion of plants out here.
complete.
But I'm just trying to get to Colonia.
Frameshift drive charging.
Whoa, why is that so close? 86 light years, I don't want to waste it for that. Let's just do something further out. How about this one right here?
Setting course for Dryo flight.
Six.
D12-818.
Really?
We will reach our destination in 5 jumps.
Frameshift drive charging.
That seems wrong. Let me check the settings one more time here. Yeah, let's recalculate and turn that back on. Do a new search.
Targeting
And
Dryo flight.
calculate.
C3-535.
I mean,
Setting course for
15?
EOL
Are you
RS-T
insane?
D3-172.
Hell no.
Reach our destination in
We were
15
5 jumps out. There should not be no 15. It's still trying to calculate it without using jet coins, I swear to God. $15 is so wrong. Okay, well, how about this one? Where's this
Doing
one?
our current route to EOL Prow, RS-T D3.
It is screwing up.
Commander.
3 jumps to get to that. Really?
Setting course for Dryo flyer. VN-S D4-978.
Okay.
We will
That
reach
one
our
should have been
destination
1
in
jump.
jumps. Rich 1986 reaches
Frameshift
on.
drive charging.
Wait, let me check one more thing. Sorry. Let's try that. That's 2 jumps. And then it'd be 5 jumps from there. This one is
We will reach our destination in 2 jumps.
3 jumps. 7 jumps. Yep. That sucks. We're flying
Set a
back.
course for Dryer Flyer.
Somehow I got off the path.
-478.
So I'm gonna have to fly 2 jumps back
7 jumps.
to get to
Setting course for Dryer Flyer. PT-Z D595.
to get back on track with the full-on jumps here.
07 Kunder. Said. Ben Cisco.
Hey Ben. Goddamn stop for fuel just knocked me out. It should have been the last stop.
Jumping to
Okay,
Dryer Flyer.
from here then I should be able to get to
This star next in our route art screen.
where I'm going here. Don't need to go there. If I can go here.
Now 1 jump from Dryer Flyer.
How far is this?
D595.
It'd be 2 jumps.
Don't bother supercharging here. Command.
3.
Our next jump in the route is within our standard FSD
Really?
jump range.
Okay. How about this one?
Setting course for Dryer Flyer. HB-N D7-478. We will reach our destination in 3 jumps. No bodies match your minimum bioskin
2.
value
How about
threshold.
this
Command.
one? It'd be 1 jump. 2 jumps. Okay. Fine. Do 2 jumps there.
Setting course for Dryer Flyer. VN-S D4-978. We will reach our destination in 2
This is
jumps.
what I get for deviating.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
You up.
Frameshift drive supercharged.
Okay.
Frameshift drive charging.
That one's 322. Okay. That'll do. I mean, I've got 5 long jumps left, so when it's telling me like 20 jumps, obviously it ain't doing the right route.
Jumping to Dryer Flight. CH-D3-3019. This next star is a star. It is not scoopable, and neither is the subsequent star in our route.
Okay, how about this
System
one
scan
here?
complete.
Can we go to here?
We're now 1 jump from Dryer Flyer. VN-S D4.
How many jumps to here?
Don't bother supercharging.
2.
Command.
Sweet. Okay.
Our next jump in the route is within our standard FSD jump range.
Now I'm back on track.
Setting course for Dryer Flyer.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits.
You have made 10 jet cone boosts. Perhaps it is time to repair your FSD. No bodies match your
Warning,
minimum bioskin.
frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged. Frameshift drive charging.
One's only 285. That's close. And that's 3410. Okay.
Jumping to Dryer Flyer. EEV-O D6-3410. This star we are heading to is not scoopable. Neither is the subsequent star in our route.
Warning, frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. System scan complete.
You will have to supercharge here, or use FSD injection to make the next jump of 127.64 light years. No bodies match your minimum
Warning,
bioskin value
Frameshift drive operating beyond
Yeah.
safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Now, where does it think I'm going? 78. Yeah, that's correct.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay. 3 more jumps to Colonia, guys. And I missed 3.5 hours by a couple jumps because I'm screwing up and got lost. This close to Colonia and I get lost. It was a total of 67 jumps, I believe, from where I started. But there were more than 67 jumps because I was making the fuel. The 67 jumps without refuel jumps. Obviously, I was making refuel jumps as well.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Okay, that's wrong.
Setting course for EOL Proud, ZD-D710. We will reach our destination in 4 jumps.
Okay. Well, we're going to reach it in 3 jumps if we follow this route.
Setting course for Private
Frameshift
Flyer,
drive charging.
D12-818. System is just 1 jump away.
How bad damage does my 82%? Ugh. So it'll be at 81 the next jump, so it'll be right at like 79 by the time we get there.
3, 2,
Might have to rep it one more time. The ship will definitely look a little battered.
BG-E, D12-818.
Now you could see multiple neutrons.
System
This is the
scan
final stop.
complete. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
All right. Oh, that's where we are. Yeah.
Setting course for
Synfology.
ZD-D710.
Thanks for following.
System is just 1 jump away.
Yeah, man. Thanks. You know, while I was on vacation and doing work stuff for the last 3.5 weeks, I had 200 people sub, which is very cool. I actually crossed over the 3,000 subscriber mark from while I was gone. And as I mentioned earlier, I started this channel last September, so it'll be a year this September. If I can get to 5,000 in the first year, I'm going to be a very happy camper. And it's not monetized or anything, so it has, like, I don't make any money off these videos, but it's still cool to see that there's 5,000 people watching the videos.
Warning. Frameshift drive operating beyond safety limits. Frameshift drive supercharged.
Okay, cool.
Hey, just checking in. Thank you for your videos. Side note, I've never been to Colonia. Said. Synfology.
Yeah, it's worth the trip, man, at some point. 2 more jumps and I'm there. It's been 3.5 hours. So it's this jump, and then Colonia is just 60 light years after this one.
RS-T D3-172.
Frameshift drive
System is just 1
charging.
jump away.
And I'm going to Colonia. My carrier is actually 1 jump outside of Colonia, so I could go directly to the carrier, I guess.
3, 2,
has more active players now than ever before. Pretty cool, said.
I think that's true. I've heard that stat as well. I think they had, technically, they had more people log in the week that Odyssey released. But day over day, I think there's more right now than ever. Let's see if I can see my carrier from here. So this is Colonia. Yeah, Colonia area right there. And there's Colonia right there. The carrier's in tier. So that's where we're going to jump to. And that's just a regular jump. So there we go. Let's zoom out.
3.5 hours.
3 hours, 30 minutes. And I made a number of mistakes and slow down. So somebody could definitely do it in under 3 hours.
It was a horrid week for Elite. I didn't stay long, said Mac.
It's purely neutron stars. When I did it the old method, it was like 12 hours. So this is running with all neutron stars. With just, you know, refueling along the way where needed. But yep. So that's where we ended up. That's where we started. And let's park on the carrier. I'm curious to see. In fact, I'm kind of curious to look at the ship in the look at how like the paint's coming off it and stuff. It's not too bad actually. Just a few paint scratches along the way. They always look better, I think, like cooler, when they've had some paint rub off.
Jumping to tier. Our next star is Scoopable.
All right. Well, tier's right next to Colonia, so we're officially in Colonia now, boys. And where's my carrier at? There's a few carriers here.
3.5 neutron stars. Makes it seem doable, but if I can dedicate lol, said Synthology.
Oh, I think it's way more doable with neutrons, but that's with zero exploration and minimal fuel stops. If I did any kind of exploration, it'd be, you know, triple, quadruple that amount of time. Even just not really leaving the trail exploration. I had, I think, 7 stars, 7 systems. Whoops. Forgot how to play this game. I thought I had full autopilot. I have only cruise control. I had 6 or 7 first discovered systems along the way. That, you know, just from jumping through them and ping. Yeah, it's been away from the carrier for 2 months. Been sitting here waiting. I need to check them, see if any of the guys that took a ride with me to Colonia on the carrier, if anyone's still on it or if they got off before I go in the black, because that would suck for them if I go in the black and they're still on it. But I would hope 2 months later, after I brought the carrier out here, that they would, you know, have left it. Oh, there she is in all her glory.
Hello, Commander.
Oh, there's a way to check who's on the carrier, said Mac.
No. I need to have them answer to my text messages.
Clearance granted. Directly to your landing pad.
Where are we going? What? Oh, I got auto. That's great. An exploration ship with auto dock. I love it. Had the extra slot. Might as well use it, right? This is my backup exploration ship. I've got another one that's, I think, configured identically on the carrier as well. In case I crash this one. Even the plants are the same on the other one. Oh, it'll be good to get up been sitting for 3.5 hours doing nothing but flying. I'm going to be very selective about my surfaces because I want to leave the paint looking scratched up. I kind of like that look. I'm going to go in here. Oops, I went to the wrong place. Okay. Not where I wanted to go. Damn it. I didn't want to go there. I wanted, well, doesn't matter. Yeah, you could see the scratch paint back. Oh yeah, you could also see on here that I've got 2 mining lasers on here. And you're like, why the hell do you have mining lasers on your exploration ship? Well, the mining lasers are the only way to get Jumponium fuel if you're stuck somewhere in the system that has the next closest star be too far away. That's more than your jump range. And you only need 1, so I brought an extra one just to store on the ship. And I'm going to leave one of them there. Okay, now, what did I want to do? Advanced maintenance, that's what I want. So, no paint. So I can repair some of this stuff, like the cargo hatch, the hull, the ship integrity for sure. That was at 72%. Holy shit. Canopy. But I want to leave the paint at my 72%. And then internal look at how much damage the internal modules are. External modules. AFMU. Get that refilled. So 1 small size AFMU A-rated lasts for the whole trips. So don't need to do anything extra on that, so that's good. And I didn't bring any limpets. I didn't need any limpets, but if I had to, I could make up to 120 limpets, I think, or 130. Something like that, just from the materials that I have. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up the stream. We did the whole trip. I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to do the whole Colonia trip or not, but we did. I am aboard my carrier. I'm going to walk around for a little bit, stretch the old space legs because, well, like I said, I've been sitting. And it's one
Said Mac.
congrats. Oh yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't that hard. It was just I needed to do it.
Don't forget to buy some limpets while we are here, Commander.
Oh, that feels good to walk around a little bit. Oh, go to the bar and order some food up. One of our fleet of carriers. I think we've got 11 carriers in the fleet right now. Oh, this one doesn't have a bar. That's right. I remember other people bitching about that. Like, why is the bar closed? Because it's supposed to be a Vista Genomics only carrier is why. You're supposed to be able to turn in your data anywhere with carriers.
Welcome.
I don't think I have any data. Let's
You're
take a
here
look.
to help us further. Well, let's see
Nope,
what you've
I
got
don't.
for us.
That's what I thought.
Anything else? Feel free to return once
Uh-huh. And since I'm in Colonia, I'm going to hold off on selling the actual ping data until I'm at a station, so I can get the full 100% payout for that. Because in the carrier, you do get dinged with a tax. A tariff, if you will. So, but meanwhile, I can just go here and catch up on some paperwork. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back at some later point in time. The poll was completely useless. It was inconclusive with 50-50. So maybe I will do other games. Maybe I won't do other games. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Do all the usual stuff. I hate mentioning it, but you know what to do. Bye.